friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight. Mixing colors, day and night.
Hi everyone, it's Dash of Dave here, and I'm back for another crafty video. Today we're going to do some kind of slide pocket things using some envelopes. But I think I want to make a bigger one this time. So I've just made this, done a bit of stitching around it. I know, it's not like me to do stitching. That's usually because I can't be bothered to get the sewing machine out. But it's down by my side to the right hand side. I love to roll my R's, to the right hand side. And we're going to make a bigger one this time. So I'm going to use this envelope. Now this is a big envelope. It looks like it should have a record inside it, but it was just some envelopes that I bought off Amazon. Obviously then coffee dyed them. And we're going to make a bigger version of this ready for Wednesday. We're going to make something. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the edges off just so that it makes it a little bit more easy to work with, because I don't know how big I want it at the minute. So I'm just going to cut the edges off. That just means I can open it out. I know you're thinking, well, what's the point of using an envelope? I don't know. It just is. This one doesn't have a window in it, but what we will do is put some windows in it. That was the oh no, that's the colour, that white bit. That's what it was like before. I think it's a self-sticky. I don't know how self-sticky it is. Oh, it is still sticky, even though it's been coffee dyed. I think I want to make a couple of pockets in it. Not pockets, windows even. So I think therefore I am. Right, what I want to do is I want to make some regular shaped holes. I won't get this through my die cutter, unfortunately, because my die cutter, I don't have an A4 anymore. Well, I know you guys say, most of you guys are in the US and therefore you use US letter. Obviously, we're not in the US and therefore we don't use US letter. We use A4, which is an international standard. So this is the size of my die cutter. So what I think I might do is I might make some holes in some other paper and then patch it on as windows. I know you're thinking, what on earth is he talking about? And you know what? I can't necessarily tell you. We're just going to see if we can get there between us. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some more sturdy paper. Sturdy. You know, if you're going to have a bit of paper, a bit of card, but make it sturdy. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I am. We're just going to go with it. Right, we'll use this. Got a bit of a West Country accent now. And this is an ideal opportunity to use some dies, some of the squarey ones. Squarey? Square. A square? Over there. What, a square? Oh no. Excuse me while I just put my head in the frame. Having to look at the top of my head, I know. Scary. Right, how big? I'm going to have a big one and a not so big one. So we're going to go with this, I think. If I can get it out. Hurting myself. I don't know where me aha, there. These pliers are called. I don't know what that. I don't know where they're called. No, Dave, you're mixing your words up again. Words don't come easy to me. And when I said that, I also said about pliers, and then I had chocodemas and pliers go through my head, which is obviously, again, I don't know what they sang. I knew they were a band, weren't they? A couple of artists? I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't have all of the information, I'm afraid. Not even the stuff that I'm supposed to know. I think I will. I'm going to patch this one on. I'll put that on. Which way round should we have that? That way round? Right, let me just envisage this. Envisage this? I haven't been drinking, promise. Let's just envisage. I don't know whether I'm even saying that right. Envisage? Envisage? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Just stab in the dark. Like that, and maybe another window like that. I don't know. Or do we want a window like that and a window like that? Or do we want a window like that and a window like that and a window somewhere else? Or do we want two windows the same size? No, two windows the same size. Boring. Anybody can do that. Not everybody can do what we're going to do, can they? We want a different shaped window. Again, excuse my head. Have that. No, don't like that. Don't like that. If you like it, great, you use it. But it's a long way to come for that die. I've just fished that one out. It's the same thing. Shall we have... Oh, let's just go for a multi... Yeah, let's go for them. Yes, let's do that. Right, okay. So, I'm going to need 3 pieces of paper to cut these out of. Because I'm not going to get that through there. So I've got to cut them out of something else. And then you're thinking, well, that's not going to work, Dave, because then you won't have holes in that. I have a plan. I have a dream. No, that's a dream, Dave, not a plan. I don't know whether this is going to work. Well, I do know. No, I kind of think it's going to work. It's in my head. But you know what my head's like, so... Anybody that's been in my head, I apologise. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. I know that's not straight, but, you know, we met. I'll leave that, because that's... Right, that one's been done. Put the duns over there, because then I'm not going to use them again. And we'll have another piece of paper. Another piece of paper. You can see the wonder. Sorry. Making myself cough now. Excuse me. Of a fairy tale. Of a furry tale. You can see the wonder of a furry tale. I don't think that's what they sing. Dave, you're just making it up now, aren't you? Me? I'm making up. What are you trying to insinuate? Let's use this. Let's use this. Right, okay, let's cut these pieces off. And we will keep them because we'll patch it on somehow. Shall we have this? Let's use this bit. Oh, we don't want to miss or lose all of that, do we? We'll put that on there. Let's cut that bit out where the lines are. And we'll patch that on. If you can hear a buzzing in the background, by the way, I have a what are they called? I was going to say a vaporizer, but that sounds like in a Star Wars, Star Trek movie. Is it a vaporizer? You know, like a fragrance mystery thing, one that kind of atomizer, would it be? Excuse me. Possibly an atomizer. One of those electric things that kind of makes the steamy stuff come out. It's not even steam, it's ionized water, isn't it? Anyway, got one of them on. Glad I turned up today, aren't you? And it's well, I'm going to say now, I found that it's helping with my coughing, but as I've started coughing, you'll be like, oh, I beg to differ, Dave. But you can beg to differ. I think this is an old calendar. We will again we won't use it all. We'll cut it up to Tuesday. Oh, this was whatever month this was. It must have been March because it's Mother's Day. I know. You guys have Mother's Day in a different month, but we have it in March. So sorry if it all gets very confusing. It gets confusing for me too. Right, let's put that in like that. Might have to cut it down more. Oh no, it's got to go on there, Dave. Put it on there. Put that on there. I'm going to have a drink while I'm doing that. Just bear with. Oh, well, that didn't work very well, did it, Dave? Pick it up, throw it around. Right, do I have any washi tape? Do I have it? Of course I've got washi tape, of course, but it's not a case of do I have it, but where is it? Tell me a crafter that doesn't have washi tape. And I'll tell you a crafter that means that what they mean is they've lost it. Most of us have bought washi tape at some point, even if we don't use it. Like, I don't really use it in my projects, but I do. The only ones I do like to use are these ones. I think Tracy sent me these, and I think Anne sent me some before, and Leslie sent me some of the Tim Holtzy ones. I just don't like the more florally ones. So, shut up, David, telling people too much information that they don't need to know. Sorry, I've ripped that, but hey, I don't know what I'm saying sorry to you guys for. I just am. Alright? Brought up like that. You're polite. Right, pop them back in there. Try not to lose them, Dave. There we go. Pop that, and hopefully we've done with that. And I know now you're now saying, right, okay, and you need to explain this. How are you going to do this, Dave? I don't know. What I'm thinking is, I will have these arranged. I can't remember how I wanted them. Like that, wasn't it? One of them. Was it like that? This kind of like that. And that kind of like that. Well, that's basically how I'm going to do it. And what I'm going to do is I will pop these. Pop them. There's no popping going on. I will pop them on here. Let's have a pencil with an end on it. Doo-da, doo-da. Right, so we're going to do this. Oh, let's just draw around the whole thing. There's no point me trying to do it as a aperture thing, because I'll come back to it and make a mess of it. So let's just do this. I can rub this out. It's a good job, really, because that's not a very good tracing of that, is it? And then I can take this off, and then as long as I make the hole in the paper bigger than that, actually I don't need to rub it out because I'll be making it bigger than that, then it will, the paper of this will be out the way of the aperture of there. So all I need to do is do this. Don't go too big because I don't want to go bigger than the actual piece of paper that I'm sticking on. So I'm going to kind of patchwork it. So that can go on there, and then that will go on there, and then you'll only see that. You won't see the massive hole that I made for that. And same, just make sure that the bits that you're cutting out aren't underneath it, otherwise you've wrecked it, Dave. So I'm just going to cut these out like this. I say cut, I mean slice them out. Again, just move it out of the way, and then we'll do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it. It doesn't matter really. I'm just going to cut it out kind of like as a hexagon. Hex 6, yep. It might not have 6 sides though. Let's see whether it's going to be a hexagon or it's going to be an octagon. An octagon? Might be a pentagon. I don't know. No, it won't be. That's 5 sides. What's a... Oh, I can't remember the 7-sided thing. That's the 50p piece, isn't it? That's 7 sides, isn't it? 50p? I've got 50p here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It does have 7 sides. And this one is still got the Queen's head on it. So it's from 2020, and this one is a celebratory one. It says "Diversity Built Britain." And why have I got that there? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I was trying to get the back off this, which is my fragrance remote control, and you had to put a coin in it and turn it. So that's why I've got that. It's the first one that came out of my coin savings thing. Right. That's that. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this down. I say, should we cut it? Should we tear it? Should we cut it? Should we tear it? We should tear it. Cut it, tear it, tear it, cut it. Who cares? Let's call the whole thing off. Can I tear it? Dare I tear it? That's not going to tear because that's the sticky bit. Let's not tear it, Dave. Let's cut it. Oh, cutting the wrong side of the ruler, really, Dave. Yeah, don't do that, Dave. Don't do like Dave. Right, let's try and get that in a straight line. Only gonna try, it doesn't mean it's gonna work. Sorry for this. Sorry for the inane singing. I don't know what I'm singing about. I'm singing. I'm happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But don't try and do that while you're cutting things. Right, there we go. So now we'll open this out so that we don't glue things together inadvertently, and we are going to place these in the locations of which we have decided they will be, and I'm going to cut this bit off here because that is the top of the envelope. Actually, I don't need this, do I? I can lose that, can't I? I can, can't I? Oh, you don't know, because I'm not going to be closing the envelope. It sounds like it's... What's that? Pushing the envelope. I might be pushing the envelope, but I'm not closing the envelope. Right, let's tear that off. Okay, so if we put this on here, that's going to go... Okay, I'm going to close it again. Sorry. I'm messing around now, aren't I? So we're going to pop that on there. Actually, we'll do it that way around, and then we can cut that black line off if we can. Oh no, that black line's staying on. We'll do it that way. Let's cut that black line off now. Doesn't have to be straight. Just has to be gone. Okay, so let's turn that round. So that, no, let's do it that way. That is going to go there. In fact, if I line that up with the edge, is that going to be... No, it's just a little bit over that way. So we'll put that there. In fact, should we just glue that down now? Except for this, that bit is going to be in the way of this window. So we need to lose a bit off the bottom here. I'm going to put that back on there. Let's glue that bit on. Oh, that side's much nicer, isn't it? Much nicer. Oh, I like that side. Well, that means we're going to have to cut another piece, doesn't it? Or does it? Does it, Dave? No, it doesn't. That'll stay out the way of there. That's much nicer. Let's do it that way. Yeah. More toasted colour. Right, okay, well, whilst we've got this out, let's put an aperture on it. And also, we can't stick it down until we've got a window to put in it. Where's me? There it is. So we just stain the window. Stained windows. Steamy windows. No, that's steamy windows, Dave, not Dave. Not Davy window. Davy, save. Dave, what? Shut up, steamy. Shut up, Dave. This is a bit more orangey than I thought. It's a bit more. This is cinnamon tea. It's a bit more like, what's the other thing? Rusty hinge. So maybe we need to have a little bit of a other colour over top. Otherwise it will look over the top. Let's put some good old vintage photo on it. It doesn't matter if it's a little bit orangey. I just don't want it to be too orangey. Don't want it to look like it's rusting, because it's not rusty, it's paper. Paper don't rust. Well, it does if you put it next to things that are rusty, I guess. Shut up, Dave. I tell you what, why don't you just over-explain? Okay then. Hands up, who wants to over-explain? Me. Right, I did have a little bit of something around here yesterday, and I don't know where I put it. Oh, it's there. I have a little bit of, it's too small, a little bit of my nice faux, what's it called? I've remembered what it's called. Honestly, it's taken me about 20 minutes to remember this, and I had to Google it, because I couldn't remember. Glassine, that's what I was trying to think of. Anyway, got some of my faux glassine here. So I've got some various bits. They're kind of all a bit tattered and torn and stuff, because I don't keep them very well. It's because it's so easy to make, that's why. So I think I will. Oh, cool! That one will go in there. We'll use that. And we'll probably get another piece out of there as well. Maybe that there. Don't put that on your ink pad, Dave. And maybe that will go. Yep, that should go in there. Right. Okay. So do I want to use any other pieces? I've got some of this. Might keep that out. Don't want that, 'cause that's very similar to what I've got. I might keep it out just in case. So yeah, if you want to know how I made this, then go and find the video, which I will try and remember to link in the description. So, whilst it looks like it's stuck together, it's not really. It's just me being. It's just the way I've stored it. I might keep some of that because that's got more interesting stuff on it. So anyway, let's put those back. Sorry, you can call me Russell. Caca! You can call me Russell Crowe. No, don't. Oh dear, please don't. Stop it, Dave. Right, this is the moving on quickly. I thought I quite like the lines in this, so I think we'll use this, and then we'll make this into the window in the envelope. Can't believe how long it took me. Genuinely, it took me ages. I was sat there thinking, "What's it called? I've made it before. What's it called?" I was getting a bit cross with myself, to be fair, but hey, we're there now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this over here. Oh, actually, no, I'll stick it to the back of the window. Then I'll know that the lines are in the right place. And then they're going to stick that over there. And it all should be hunky-dory, wonderful, gorgeous. Oh, maybe we won't. I've left the lid off this, haven't I? Been a naughty boy. Filled it right up as well. You know my Barely Arts glue that I tried to get the rest of it out. I just left it upside down on top of this bottle until all of the Barely Art stuff had completely drained out, and then I was like, that Barely Arts bottle's cute because it's a bear. So then I felt obliged to then clean the bottle out, which is currently sat at the side of the sink in the living room. No, there isn't a sink in the living room. I'm not an odd bod. Well, I am an odd bod, but I'm not that odd. My bod is odd, but not that odd. I have got it in the kitchen, because that's where a sink is. I don't have a sink in the living room, as we've established. Well, hopefully we have. Right, where are we? Oh, there. Just need to find where is the bottom of that window there. So if I put that there and that there, then that should sit so that it's away from all of the edges. It does. That's cool. Great. Okay. So that's marvellous. We'll do that then. So what I'll do is I will glue around the edge of this window. So, you know, perfect for if you also don't have a die cutter that is a suitable size. You can kind of just do this kind of patchwork technique that I'm doing here. And we will glue around the edges of the window as well, just so that it doesn't snag on anything. Oh no, it's going to be glued down, Dave. It's not going to snag on anything. Idiot. Don't need to do that, Dave. Shut up, Dave. It's the inside that's going to snag. Would snag if I hadn't glued around the edge of the window. I didn't come here to make any sense. And those of you that, if you're new here, then please don't come to me for sense. I'm not here for the sense. I don't do sense. Nonsense I do a lot of, but sense, no, not so much. Right, don't want to go right up to the edge of the window because we don't know how much of that is going to stick out. We will pop that on there. And we want to go, oh, sorry. Doopy doop. Right, that's better. I can see that black against the background. With the black background, I can see better through the window. Oh, it's a little bit tight on that side. But we'll just pull that over this way and we'll just trim this very edge off. So that's that. That's that one window. Right, let's do the next window. Where's the piece of paper for that? Said window, it's there. Said window is there. Shall we do maybe one of these? Maybe that. Yeah, so let's use all of this. I was going to use this piece here with a bit of prettiness on it, but I want to use the more interesting. I mean, like, you know, I'm not saying that isn't interesting, but this is the interesting that I mean in this circumstance. So let's also cut this bit off because we don't need that. We don't want to make this piece of vellum too big. We're going to have that in that window. Let's cut up to that line there, and we'll cut to that line there. In fact, we can lose a lot more of that. And we can lose a lot more of that. A lot of cutting going on. So we're going to pop that in there. That's where that's going to go. This is going to go on top of there. Right, okay, so let's cut that down further. My brain just won't let me cut the right amount off. So I'll pop that in there. That's going to go there. And then that's going to go over the top of there. So cool. Okay, so let's centre. Let's move that way. Let's centre that into this window. Let's put something behind it. Maybe another white envelope, so we can see that black arrow. This is going back to front. I want to have the more interesting stuff. Yep, that's that side. On the front, I'm going to have that inside this window, and then anything sticking out of the edge we will cut off. Yeah, okay, so we will glue this to, oh dear Dave, didn't go very well, did it? The glue's now, I couldn't get it out before, now it just falling out. Falling into you. Right, pop. You and your popping again, Dave. Are we popping? Pop that on there. That's cool. That's cool. That's going to go on there. That can go on there. So let's pop that on there then. Again with the popping. Stop it with the popping. I'm not body popping, trust me. Well, the only time my body pops is when like I go to bend down to pick something up. And it's the only part that's popping is me back. Oh, I think I'm funny. Oh, I didn't do the flaming window, did I? Oh well. Let's put a little bit on now. Won't go too heavy. This is a lightly soiled window. Soiled window. That's fine. Maybe a little bit of a interesting bit. I don't know whether this is going to get covered up, so I won't go too bonkers about it. Bonkers. That's going to go that way up. We'll glue that down. Cool. Excellent. I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, we need that round there as well, don't we? And there, all the way around like that. So hopefully does this make sense? Hopefully it's making sense. You know, you're kind of just patchworking a window on, so that you don't have to get it all through the die cutting machine, and yeah, you can still achieve the look that you want. Well, you can, as long as you want to go for a kind of patchworked affair around the edge. Oh, this is not stuck down. So let's try again. There we go. Right, so then we will do the octagon. An octagon? No, it's not an octagon. Or is it? Oh, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It is an octagon. An octagon? It is an octagon, Dave. Well done. Oh, it's there. But that's not an octagon. Let's go get that way up. So, is that going to be enough cut out? I think that window needs to be just a bit bigger. Because I don't think it's going to be out of the way of the petals otherwise. Now I've kind of turned it into some strange shape with one curved side. Going to get that way up. Yeah, and we will again, well, I say again, this time we will put some ink on the inside of it. Don't go too heavy, Dave. Just enough. Just enough is good enough. Pop that all around. Stop with the popping. I don't know what's going on with the popping. Sorry, people. People popping. Popping people? I'm going to put a little bit of a grungy mark over that, and I will ink around the edges of here. Yeah, that cinnamon tea is too orange for my needs today, so you're being relegated up there. And then on this one we will pop. Stop with the pop. Maybe we'll use that size 14/7 cuff B. Yeah, we'll use that in there. Okay, so let's put that like that and cut anything outside of that area. Trying to cut it too short, Dave. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, so we'll pop the. No, we won't. Well, I don't know. What's another word for pop? I don't know. We'll do so. Oh no, it's the wrong way. That way. Okay, so let's put a line of this round here, and then we'll kind of just place it so it's in the right place. put that like that. We had it kind of like that. Yeah, like that. There we go. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Pop that out like popping. I'm getting cross with myself for saying pop all the time, and it's probably not as annoying for you as it is for me, except for it's probably more annoying that I'm annoyed with myself. That that's what's annoying you, is me being annoyed with myself. I don't know, sometimes I pick up on the things that I say, and then I get cross with it. It's like I say right then so a lot, and every video I watch of myself, I'm like, oh, shut up, Dave. That's hence the reason Shut Up Dave came about. With the shut up, Dave, with your popping and your right then so's. Okay, so that is going to go like that. Oh, look, I like that. Now we can do a bit more of the let's get rid of some of the rubbish. A bit more collaging. What little collaging? I like about collaging. That's a bit of vellum we don't need, but they're too big to lose. That's a bit of vellum, and that is too. And I don't know where I put it. It's there. So yeah, my desk has been tidied a little. So if it looks different to the last time we saw it, it's because it's been tidied, ready for what? I've got a plumber coming on Monday. For me, it's Sunday for me. I know for you it's Monday, but I'm not talking about this Monday. It's Monday in the past for you guys, because I don't know when I'm filming for at the moment. I'm so confused after being poorly. You know, everything's gone out the window. I don't even know what date or day. The only thing is, do you know something? I watched a video. Sorry, digress. My brain has just gone off. You have to either go with it or tolerate it. I was watching a video and it was saying about how this year is the only year where lots of people have not struggled to get the date right on the first few. You know, like normally you come back after Christmas and you're like confused about dates and the year, I mean, and you're still writing last year's date. I haven't struggled with that at all, and this is what this video was saying. It was like, oh, yes, this is me. Why have I not struggled? Normally, every time I'll struggle, but I haven't this time. So it was just really interesting that other people have not struggled either. 2026 just seemed like a logical date for me. So, right, we're not going to pop it, are we? No, Dave, we're not. We're going to stick it on there. Right, okay, let's get a ruler. And we're going to just tear it down. I like this one. It's got some nice old vintage adverts on. I say vintage, they're from like the 50s, I think. I'll put that on there. Oh, pop it. Again, it's probably not annoying you. Just me. And we'll stick this down. Thing here. What's this? Scrap paper. I'll use this glue stick that Tracy sent with all the other stuff, so never used Elmer's, well, I say never, I mean like rarely used Elmer's glue, and I've definitely not used this Clio version. It's not Elmer's, it's mine. The old ones are the best, and that's why I'm still here. We've said that before, Dave. This is a bit of stuff. What's it called? It's a bag. It's from I think it's a French chemist. I don't know. Anyway, coffee dyed it, and so we'll use it somewhere. I'll pop that maybe. I know I'm popping it I can't help it. Pop is the word of the day. It appears. Put, that's the better word than pop. It is in my head anyway. Maybe a bit of that up there. That go in that space there. That's just a little bit hard. I think it's got a bit of glue on that, on the edge of that. So we'll just cut that bit off. Out of the way. Will that go in there? It will. So cut it off kind of there. When I say cut it, we will tear it so it looks nicer. Put that on there. I might just ink that edge a little bit. Bit of a worn look. And because this envelope is not just ordinary, it's a dark coffee dyed one, I don't think I'm going to do anything to the back. I think I will leave that. I'll put that on there. I'm using the wrong end, eh? That's not a good idea. I was thinking, oh, what's that smell I can smell? It's the lemongrass, Dave, that you've put in the fragrance mister thing that you've got going. Idiot. I've also got a bit of a... The majority of my cold has gone. It's still just, you know, occasionally just pops up and says, look, don't want you to think that you've spent too much time without me. And, you know, comes back for a bit of a hello. And so I'll just go with it and say hello, let it wander into my life and then wander off again until next time it comes along and annoys me with a cough or a sneeze or a blocked nose or a needing to blow my nose. I've had, this is just such a very strange illness, this one. Just very, very strange, because it's, somebody at work kind of put their finger on it. I mean, like, obviously they didn't put their finger on it because that would be weird. But they were saying, like, it kind of affects your kind of bronchial tubes rather than the actual, your lungs. And that's exactly how it felt. It felt like I've been struggling to breathe from the tubes and not my lungs. And normally when I get a cold and that sort of thing, it's usually your lungs that are affected. Do I want to use a bit of map? Or is the map going to stand out too much? I guess well, the only way to find out is to use a bit, isn't it? So we'll just tear a bit off. In fact, we'll just tear that bit off. It's too small to keep, I'll put that in. I'm trying not to keep tiny bits of paper. I might pop that. Does that go? Does that go there? I don't know whether I like it. No, don't like it. It's too green. I like the eclectic mix of nice different papers, muted. I mean, like, that is slightly greeny, but it's not bold and punchy. The only thing I'm not happy about is this glue. Not stuck that down very well. Okay, stuck the rest of it down, fine. There, maybe, although that's going to get stuck down by something else. You don't need to do that, Dave. Keep that. We might put another bit of this just on the bottom of there. Well, in fact, we'll tear the top of that. No, we can tear the top of it. What did I say, Dave? Let's go from the Sunday, because today is Sunday. It's not Sunday the 21st of March, but it's still Sunday. And then we'll pop that on there. No, I'm just going to have to accept it, aren't I? I'm going to have to accept that Pop is with me for today. do that on there, and then we're going to about there. And put that on there, and then we're going to tear it off there, I think. Yep. Okay, so again with a bit of an inky edge, I think. Let's do this bit. No, get some more ink on it. There we go, that's better. It is slightly orangey on the base of there, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I really have said I'm going to part with this sponge because it's starting to fall apart, but I haven't been able to because it's just, all the others just soak up too much ink and they don't apply enough, and that's because that's kind of been seasoned. Is that what you would say? It's been seasoned, so it's kind of bedded itself into that colour and it's perfect. I mean, not that colour because it gets used for every brown colour going. I'm going to just put a bit of glue around the edge just to help keep it down. Pop that around there. And then we needed a bit for there, and we'll do something from, I'm not sure that National Geographic was not a word, Dave. Not sure it's the right thing. Don't feel like it fits. Maybe we've got something else. We've got a signature there. No, we'll keep that for another day. That's just a piece of rubbish. What else do I have? Let me just say, I've got another bit of book page. Oh, I've got a Reader's Digest here. What's that? I want something that's kind of. Oh, that's a lovely picture. I'm not going to use that though. Maybe a piece of that. Teach yourself to fly. Well, that sounds like a a fun activity, doesn't it? Something for all the family. Teach yourself to fly. What you'd like? I mean, like, you know, without an aeroplane, difficult. With an aeroplane, dangerous is the first thing that springs to mind. Teach yourself to fly. What a strange thing. Reader's Digest. What were you thinking? Was that a tough article day? Like, what can we do? Right, brainstorming. You can imagine being in that brainstorming session. I know. Let's do teach yourself to fly. There must have been. I can't remember what year was that. 1960. Okay, so like they've possibly been hitting it hard, and therefore anything was game, wasn't it? So, or it was the fumes from all of the chemicals in their home that was attacking their brain. I'm just going to mottle that a little bit. I mean, it is an old piece of paper, but I just wanted it to look a little bit more old than it is. Yeah, we'll pop that on there again. Oh no, let's do this bit first. Yeah, need more. Really, honestly, the whole. I wonder how many people. I mean, like, where are you going to get? You can't just like. I mean, I don't know. I've never been to America, so I don't know. Oh no, I have been to America. I've been to San Francisco, but I've never been to Paradise. But I have been to me. No. Shut up, Dave. What are you talking about? I have no idea. I mean, like, I know Walmart have lots of things. I've never been to a Walmart, is what I was trying to establish. And Walmart have lots of things, but I don't even think you can rock up at a Walmart and buy a plane. I could be wrong. So, how are we going to have this? Are we going to have this as... Should we have it as one pocket where you can see elements of a tag, or divided? No, we're going to go one piece, I think. We'll stitch around the edge, not all of the edges, obviously, because we don't stitch at the top. Otherwise, it's not a great envelope, is it? When you've sealed it down, Dave. So I think we'll stitch around the edges. I did think maybe I could break it up and have it like this one maybe a slot at the top, this one a slot at the side, this one a slot at the side. But I don't know what I'm going to achieve by that. I could do that again at a different time. I don't know. I'm debating now. If you do it this way, I'm going to have a giant tag, and I can style the tag so you can see various elements through the window. Or if I do it the other way, I'm just going to have normal sized tags and cards. Let's go for a big one, and then we can like style the tag to fit through the window. You could go either way though, so entirely up to you. And it's entirely up to me, but I just can't make a decision. No, we're going with that, Dave. That's what we're doing. Yeah, that glue does not stick. So let's glue that bit down. I guess when I say it doesn't stick, it's not sticking because it hasn't dried properly yet. But anyway, we're going to glue it down. So what I'm going to do is let's put a little divot out of the top. We don't want it to be too small. We've got a little divot thing there, but that's too small. So let's go for this one. We'll put a divot in the top, which means we also need to then kind of allow for the back. What are we going to see at the top there? Maybe a bit of that would be good. Yeah, that's fine. We'll stick that down. Learn your lesson, Dave. Use wet glue. Just get that off there because you'll glue the envelope together. Pop that up the top. That way you can see that in the divot. Oh, that must be February because that says St. Patrick's Day. Oh, it might have been one of those calendars where they're not separated into months. It's just like a line off. Yeah. The 17th of February. You definitely don't get Mother's Day in February. Yeah, see that bit through there. Do we need something through the window? Don't see me through the week, I'll see you through the window. You can't really see anything. No. I don't think we need anything in the background. This one I did put something in the background because otherwise you just see like that, the blue pattern of the background of an envelope, the security pattern. So, but this one, because I didn't use a windowed envelope that already had a very clear coloured window in, I've used my faux, what's it called, glassine. That kind of just obscures it enough. So we'll do that, and we'll glue that down either side nicely. Well, I say nicely, as well as I can do, like that. I love that. Love the way that looks. I might. Oh, do I want to embellish it? Maybe I'll put a nice vellum. Is it vellum? One of these things. Flowers. Oh no, it's not in there. It's not them. It's the tin. I need the tin. Roger's Adventures of Tintin. Okay, it's not that way around, Dave. If I put that on upside down, no. Just one of the birds is upside down. Oh. Not that, I've used that a lot. not big enough though, is it? What else have we got? What's big in here? What do we have? Must be something. There's that. Maybe that. Maybe no, not that. Maybe that. Well, they're not big, but I don't think I've got anything particularly large. Although, I don't know. Although, having said that, there's that which I've used on everything the last few weeks. I'm not using it again. Don't you panic. Might use that. That. The mushroom. Could use a mushroom, I suppose. Don't know whether there's mushroom for it. But I know. I did. I went there. Yeah, I know. Yes, I am sorry. Yes. Do I retract my statement? No, once it's out, can't put it back in. So, no, I'm not going to retract it. But, yeah, I did go there. And I am sorry. Right, no, there's nothing larger. So, what should we have? Should we have... Let's just kind of do a bit of an arrangement. Right, we don't want it to cover the windows. So we could go that, we could have that kind of there. We could have that sort of there. We could have that sort of there. Or we could have that, which is not quite as opaque. There. Sort of like that, even. You want more? Do I want more? 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 Sorry. Channeling my inner, what's his name? Oh God, names and things. Words. What's his name? I know you're probably all shouting at me now, but I can't hear you. Oliver, my inner Oliver Twist. I blame the COVID brain fog for my misgivings of not being able to think of words. And, you know, you can either believe me or you don't. But something, I mean, like, you know, I know my words aren't brilliant. Not very good at bringing forth words, but they are worse since having COVID. Although I don't know whether it was COVID, because I think I might have had that. I can't remember what it's called. It begins with A something. It's an A virus, and the reason I say that is because the symptoms of it, which is about your bronchial or your esophagus tubes. Why are they all such complicated words? Why can't they be I don't know, Bert and Ernie? Your Bert and Ernie were the ones that were mostly affected. That's a good job. The only saving grace is that I'm not a doctor, so can you imagine if I was a doctor? I'd be like, I can't remember the words. You've got something. I'm really sorry, Mrs. Smith. I have to tell you, but you have contracted Bert and Ernie. Oh, I am a fool. I know, but you know, I'm a nice fool. I'm not a menace to society. Well, I don't know, menace to craft society maybe. I'm sure there's people in the craft world that just look down their nose at me, but you know, that's fine. They can do that. That's absolutely fine. I have my little clan, although it is a growing clan, and hopefully you're here because of the lunacy. You enjoy the lunacy, and you channel the lunacy rather than find it annoying. And if you do find it annoying, I'm sorry, can't do anything about it. It's just me. I haven't been able to do anything about it for the last 50 years. How old am I this year? 57. 57. I'm not 57 yet. I will just point that out. Oh well, that looks charming, doesn't it? It looks jolly marvellous. In fact, there's this that says special deliveries, a piece of vellum that I found, and I think I might just pop that on, just kind of add. I just when I was tidying my desk, I just thought, oh, look at that. I found that. Let's get that glued onto something before we lose it. So we will. I think it's one of the Tim Holtzy things. So I'll have that just on there. Just because I felt like there was something missing there. And then what we will do is we'll sew it. Right, okay, let's move these things out of the way and then also put the thing back in the glue, because that's just going to dry up. It was, when I filled this up, I filled it right up to the brim. In fact, I was a bit worried that it was maybe too full. But it's fine, we're there. It worked in the end. Right, pop all those back in that drawer. These can all just be gathered together. They can go back in there. And then I will gather these pieces, because these are just nice pieces now that we've got. And they can be used for something. I did say I wasn't going to keep tiny pieces, so I'll get rid of them. And that's fine, and those fine. Right, okay, so they can just go behind me in, that's my bits and pieces box there. Cool. And then we will get the sewing machine out. Duh, duh, duh. Right, you ready? Right, you're not going to be able to see much, I'm afraid. Now, what I have got on here is I have a little bit of tape on here, which just gives me it gives me a guide for how far away from the edge I want the sewing. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to straight stitch all the way around, and I might come back and do a bit of zigzag stitch over the straight stitch in various places. Should be plugged in. There should also be a treadle button somewhere underneath my desk. It's there. Right, don't race the machine, Dave. Got it on a straight stitch, and off we go. Just make sure it's sewing. Yes.
3,000 clicks and every one means someone out there found some fun. From inky hands to paper dreams, we've built a channel full of fleas. Junk journals stacked from floor to shelf, a little slice of me, my honest self. We laugh, we make.
Okay, so there is a little cutty thing there. I can never get the thing in there. Do it. No, cut one of, let's see, rubbish like this. Right, move that out of the way. So that is how it looks. Now what I do have is I've got brown cotton on the bottom and green cotton on the top. So the green theme goes nicely. Like I say, I think I will now select. Shut up, Dave. Let's go to a zigzag stitch. Let's go to 3, which is kind of a midway point, and we'll come to various parts. What is going on with this? It's all gone a bit mingly tangly. Let's get it out of the way of that so you can see it. We'll put that on there, and we will
We shared, and somehow you were always there. So here your skies to screens worldwide. You've seen my quirks and let that slide. For every comment, heart or cheer, know it means the world you're here. You've watched me fold, you've watched me glue, you've let me just be fully true. No filter scripts, no perfect take, just passion in each piece I make. So here's to you, the kind of bold, to stories told and craft.
Oh, wonderful. That's just what I was going for. It's a good job, really, isn't it? So, and also, I wouldn't tell you otherwise. So, we've got some bits that, whilst I like a few loose ends, too many are a little bit, it just feels messy. My sewing teacher is like saying, "Well done, Dave. He listened." Oh, it's not the same though, is it? So this is craft, not I can't remember, home economics. You know, at the time it's the 80s, and boys had kind of did it. You couldn't. I don't think you could choose it as an option. I don't think you could do it as an option at school, but we did learn the basics and cooking and as well. So there we go. I love that. I know it's a giant. It's going to be a giant tag, but you know, Brian will be happy because he likes a giant tag. Some of you guys out there will like a giant tag, and I think that looks lovely. In fact, I feel like that one now needs a little bit of a zhuzh. So, sorry, I had a bit of a cough. No, I think I want a flower. Oh, the problem is you've already stuck. You've already done the sewing. Okay, so let's not have a flower on there. We'll have a flower inside it. That's what we'll do. We'll compromise and go for, when we make a tag for it, we'll put a tag inside with a flower on. But there we go. So that was our little Make It Monday. So we started with this as our little bit of inspiration. We went with this. And I hope you like that kind of technique for, you want to put a particular size die in as a window, and you can't fit it in your die cutting machine. I mean, you could fold it over, but then you run the risk of it picking up an impression of the top of the die, or cutting through it as well. So yeah, hopefully that's a nice little kind of a way to do it. You've learnt something, or you know, feel inspired by it at least, and that's it. So, and I hope you like that. That's a bit out of my character, and maybe, well, that's kind of more the direction we're going to go with the thing we're doing on Wednesday. So yes, tune in on Wednesday when you'll find out what I'm talking about, and I will see you in another video, hopefully on Wednesday. And my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care, folks. Lots of love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Don't forget to give it a like. All right, you. On your bike. You give it a like. No, on your bike. All right, shut up, Dave. All right, then. Bye.